I'd like to welcome everyone back to NK Auto's channel. Today we'll be installing this tire pressure monitoring system kit for my Tesla screen. Some features that this kit has is solar charging, USB charging, pressure monitoring, temperature monitoring, color digital display, and anti-high temperature. So opening this kit up, inside we have a owner's manual. To the side we have this dongle that is going to be the receiver for the actual caps for the tires. We have a USB stick here that is going to have the APK file for the app that we're going to download for the Tesla screen. And also the main system is going to be the caps for the tire pressure monitoring system. So these are going to be put on. First we're going to put a nut on. We're going to tighten it clockwise all the way to the end of the stem, and then we're going to put these on clockwise as well. Then we're going to use this wrench that was involved in the kit, and we're going to take the nut and we're going to turn it counterclockwise to lock these valve caps in to prevent anyone from stealing them. Before we get to the outside of the car, we're just going to boot up our system. I'm going to open up the apps and we're going to click on File Manager. From here, we're going to take our USB stick that they provided with us and we're going to plug it into the dongle below. All right, once it's plugged in, we're going to see on the side, it's going to pop up with general USB. We're going to click on the tire pressure monitor system APK file, and then we're going to click install. Once this tire pressure monitor system is installed, we're going to click open. And now we're going to get this screen. We're going to have this screen open because we're going to have to pair each one of the valve caps individually. So once it loads up, I'm going to go outside of the car and we're going to start putting the caps on. But one other thing that we're going to have to make sure to put on is this receiver. So this receiver also connects down below here to the secondary USB dongle. So I'm going to plug it in, and this is going to be very important. Without this, the caps are not going to be able to register to the screen and it's not going to work overall. So I'm going to put this to the side, and now this screen might pop up again. We're going to click on apps, back to the tire pressure monitoring system, and have this open. Right now I'm getting an error saying that there's leaking. That is because none of the caps are actually put on yet. So let me put the front right on, and then we'll start the coding and the pairing system. And once it's paired, we can go all the way around and pair all of them at once. So let me go outside the car and put that one on. Make sure before we go outside to keep the car on and keep the system booted up. So this is going to be a little bit loud because I do have the car on right now, but we're going to take the pre-existing valve cap off, and then we're going to take this nut they gave in the kit and we're going to turn it clockwise, like I said before, all the way till it hits the end of the stem, like so. And then we're going to take our valve cap, so I'm going to tighten it clockwise again until you feel a bit of tension. And then we're going to take the nut in the back and we're going to turn it counterclockwise till it hits the valve cap. Once we do that, we take the wrench and we take the nut in the back and then we turn it counterclockwise till it locks the valve cap in the front. All right, now this should not move and it should be locked on. Going to the inside of the car, we now have one of the valve caps registered. That's going to be the front right. So I'm just going to go around and do the one in the back and then the left one in the front, and I'll be back with the video and I'll show you some of the features for this kit. Alright, back to the inside of the car with everything registered. You can see that we have settings for bar, Celsius, so I'm going to be changing that to Fahrenheit and PSI. So we're going to first have to click on tire pressure monitoring system setup, and then from here we're going to get a couple options. Pop-up alarm is going to be an alarm for when the system senses a leak or a flat tire, so I will leave that on, both of those. And then Celsius here, we're going to click on right here to Fahrenheit. So now it's going to change the H temperature alarm limit. So it's going to notify you once the tires are at a heat of 167 degrees Fahrenheit, which I'm just going to leave it as default as that. I'm not going to change or mess around with that. Next, we're going to click down to the pressure type, bar. Here in the States, we're going to use PSI. And also here, it's going to tell you what you want for when it's high and for low. So I run my tires at 40 psi, so I think 45 is going to be perfect. And low, I'm just going to raise that to about 33. That's going to be perfect. I don't want any lower than that. When we go off-road, I'm going to lower the pressure a little bit, but I can change that in the settings a little bit later. And then we're going to leave low battery alarm on, which we're going to know when the batteries are low and need to be changed. Abnormal collection alarm, we're going to leave that on too, so that the system knows when there's a problem pairing with the valve caps. Display spare tire data. I actually do not have a spare tire right now, so I'm not going to have that on. And the rest is just restore data and then information for the update. So we're just going to leave that. It's going to be perfect. So now we have 39.9 psi, 40.3, 41.3, 39.3. There's a little bit of variation, but not too much. We actually have the temperatures. Temperatures are ranging a little bit too. I believe that if I drive around for a little bit, the settings will calibrate and they will actually be around the same values. But just for now, I haven't actually driven the car the past 2 days, so it's just been sitting in the garage. So these are going to be the temperatures. So yeah, that was how to install the tire pressure monitoring system kit on the Tesla screen for the GX470. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the description, or if you have any problems with installing it or setting up the update, let me know. I'll try to help you out. Make sure to like, subscribe, or also if you have any questions, follow my Instagram or message me on Instagram. I am more active there, so just make sure to try contacting me if you can. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.